Hello, Tarot lovers. Okay, so our card of the day today is the Death card, one that I haven't seen for a while either. So, got this wonderful symbolism in this card of the skeleton Death riding on his horse with his Tudor rose and white horse, the Death surrounding him, and there's the sun rising in the horizon maybe. Death is not just a physical story. Death is the bringer of transformation, the bringer of change, and he comes into our lives when usually when we are ready, when our spirit is saying, hey, you're ready to step into something new, to get an upgrade, to really embrace a new version of yourself. So death comes in when we are ready to see ourselves in a new light, when we are ready to drop some old pattern and surrender some habits, some addictions, something that we've been holding on to for a long time, something that we no longer need, something that is old, something that has been stagnant for a while. The card that precedes the Death card is the Hanged Man, which I always see as this sort of cocoon and chrysalis that we step into when we're ready to turn ourselves upside down and to really experience a newer version of ourselves. I woke up this morning with this invigoration and this feeling to do something different and to see a new version of myself and to practice being something different. And then I get the Death card and it seems like super appropriate. It's a card that really calls us to be open for a transformation. Now, there's a courage and a trust that we need when we step into this zone, or when we are being asked to initiate ourselves into something fundamentally new, something quite big and something transformational in our lives. This is a major arcana card, and so we're not talking about small shifts here. We're not talking about tiny things. Yes, maybe many of them, maybe a succession of those small shifts for sure, but here is something bigger. It's asking for us to really allow ourselves to be a newer person, to be something different, and this really calls us to embrace death. Now, death is something that mentally we might struggle against, because we're taught that death is something wrong and it's the end of something, that we're losing something, that something is being destroyed and catabolically disintegrating in our life. And sure, it's exactly that. It's exactly that disintegration. Death is the sister of birth, and those two go hand in hand to create metabolism in our life and the constant changes that we need in order to renew our lives, renew our bodies on a cellular level, and renew everything that takes place inside of our life. And this allows, this is just this calling for us to be vulnerable for a moment or two, because in the moment of death, in the moment the butterfly creeps out of its cocoon for the first time, that's a moment when we are really vulnerable. We can't fly away yet. We need to readjust to a new sense of who we are. We need to pump up our wings and we need to get ready for a flight. But there's a time when we need to be open to the unknown, when we need to find the courage, if you like, to sit in this moment of uncertainty and this moment of ungroundedness and this moment when we don't know where we are. Death has just ripped the rug from underneath our feet, and he is that great encourager of change. And we can take a look at death and cultivate a different relationship with him, understanding that he is that guide inside of us that's saying, hey, now's the time. Come on, I'll take your hand, and you and me will step into the unknown once again, and we'll jump into something which could blow you away and open your life to a new potential and incredible possibilities that you might not have previously understood were were there for you, or you might not have been willing to visualize and to see before, but right now maybe you are. This is the positive message of the death card, and I encourage you to step into some form of embracing an initiation of a new version of yourselves in your lives, whatever that might mean to you. See if you can picture it, imagine it, take your imagination to the next level and see what life can actually bring you when you are really willing and open to step and surrender and to let go of the old.